بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. Surah Yasin, lesson 44, verse 33 continued. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون. وآية, and an ayah, a symbol, a sign. لهم, for them. Al-ard is this earth. Al-maytah, which becomes dead when there's no rain or no sunshine or the seasons change. The earth dies, the leaves fall, crops die. Ahyaynaha, but we give it life, we revive it. The we, the noon ahyaynaha, is a plural of respect. It's as almost like you're speaking to a king, and you will say the court has spoken. We use the entire court, but speaking on behalf of one individual, the king. So in the realm of metaphors in any language, we is a plural of respect to something great. So Allah Ta'ala says, we revive it, وَأَخْرَجَنَا, and we extract and pull out from it. وَأَخْرَجَنَا minha, from it, habba, a seed. فَمِنْهُ يَأْكُلُونَ, and from it, that one seed, you all eat. Subhanallah. That is the verse which we started with and we continue now. We are speaking about death, and in this session I'd like to touch on a theological aspect which is not easy to explain, but we'll get through it inshaAllah ta'ala. The question which one comes across in the classic books of theology and Tawheed is death wujudi or is death adami? So just bear with me here as we look from various angles at this idea of death, because it's easy to read any text and just know death is nothingness, or it is non-living but it's another realm, or it's nothingness. But to get into the theological crux of the matter, it wrecks your brain a bit, but it's very healthy, it's stimulating. So point number one, death can be either wujudi, which means existential, or death can be adami, non-existential. Imam Bajuri rahimahullah ta'ala said that there's ikhtilaf, or difference of opinion, and this is a good thing. Ikhtilaf is not something bad, it's something positive. And that's the adab we learn when we enter any subject. There is difference of opinion which we need to acknowledge regarding whether maut or death itself is wujudi, existential, or non-existential adami. Meaning simply that either death is a type of existence, it is wujudi, it's existence different to our existence here, or it is adami, complete nothingness. Now the Imam of the madhab of the Ash'aris, there's two madhabs in theology, the Ash'ari and the Maturidi. Similar, like there is four madhabs in fiqh, there are two madhabs in Tawheed. You are following one of them whether you know it or not, but the world is predominantly Ash'ari today. Named after Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari, and he is called the founder simply because he penned or wrote the first complete manual of the details of theology from A to Z, and that is basically a founder of a madhab. Not that he introduced these things. Allah Ta'ala taught everything comes from the Quran and the Sunnah, but they documented it from A to Z in detail. So Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari, our Imam, inclined to the first opinion, that death is wujudi, it's an existence. And he described death as an existence which is the opposite or the converse of life. So death is existence, but it's not life. Life is existence, but it's not death. Point number two, the body itself never really rids itself of its existential attribute. What does that mean? The body, we either exist as life or we exist as death. That's as simple as it is. We either exist in the form of life or we exist in the form of death. So both life and death is not adami, non-existent. It's existence, but it can't exist together. So if we say death is an existential, it is existence, and we say life is existence, simply saying both types of existence cannot fit or cannot be in the human being at the same time. We either exist in the form of life or we exist in the form of death. But we are never without one of these two types of existences. Now, in terms of this concept, there's therefore no state of pure non-existence. We have been created to either live with our bodies and souls like we are right now, or to only survive with our souls after death. And both are forms of existence. So death is existence, life is existence. We never rid ourselves of this existence, so we can never be pure non-existence. Our souls were created to live on forever, and therefore the life to come is an eternal life for the arwah, for the ruhs, either in Jannah or in Jahannam, or temporarily in Jahannam and in Jannah. And may Allah Ta'ala grant us that we all enter paradise, a place in which if one enters, one never leaves again and experiences that bliss of Allah Ta'ala's salam. Salamun qawlan min Rabbir Rahim, a word of peace from the All-Merciful for eternality and in a state of perpetual bliss. So existence to us is either in the form of life or in the form of death. We either exist in the form of life or we exist in the form of death. Death is therefore maintained not to be complete destruction or complete annihilation according to the entire ummah, and here we say according to our madhab, the madhab of Abu al-Hasan Ash'ari. But the cessation or the non-dependence or the disappearance, the non-dependence, I would say, of the ruh on the state of life, that is what death is. In other words, death is simply the separation of the ruh from the body. Now, if the ruh is created to live on forever, why do we foreground ourselves as body and soul, jasad wa ruh? Why don't we ever speak in terms of soul and body, where we foreground our ruh and try to become more spiritual? Because that's a reality and that's a fact. That's according to our belief system, that we are working for our arwah, our ruhs, our souls. The answer is that we are on this dunya, and this dunya is material. So we work in this dunya, we live here. But we should never lose sight of the fact that our ultimate goal is to work for a healthy soul or a healthy heart in this dunya, and the ruh will reap the benefits of what we do here. And we do this all before an all-merciful creator, one who emphasized his rahmah in Rahman and Rahim. And just to end off the session, that one of the books written a few hundred years ago, a poem in fact, by Shaykh Bakri Shatta, who was of the ulama of Makkah, the awliya of Makkah. He had a unique understanding of Rahman and Rahim, in that Rahman, if the sifa, the attribute of Allah's Rahmah as Rahman is upon you, then that Sirat al-Mustaqim, which we ask for in the Fatiha, Ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqim, guide us on the straight path. The path becomes clear and open for you, but you cannot step on it yet. You can only step on that path if Allah's Rahmah in the form of Ar-Rahim pours upon you, because Rahman shows you the path, whereas the sifa of Rahim allows you, gives you the tawfiq, the physical strength and the ability to actually tread that path. And if we tread that path of spirituality to our Creator, then as we walk closer to death, it is not a depressing and morbid thing, but it's an experience which, yes, is very difficult, but a doorway into immortality. Our ruhs will reap the benefits, the fruits of the seeds we are planting here in this dunya, And that is why this verse mentions the word habba, seed. فَمِنْهُ يَأْكُلُونَ. You eat from that year, but your soul is going to enjoy the fruits in the life to come. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.